Hello YouTube, in today's video we're going to be comparing Xilonen constellations and then trying to figure out how well she performs with each and every single constellation, and finally a C6 showcase, so you can figure out whether you should go for C0, C2 Xilonen or all the way until C6. So let's begin. C1, Xilonen's Night Soul point consumption is decreased by 30% and her Night Soul point time limit is extended by 45%, a very good quality of life constellation because it also provides the party members interruption to resistance whenever her Night Soul source samplers are active. So let's have a side-by-side comparison between C0 Xilonen and C1 Xilonen in the Monsad bridge and see how far she can actually travel in her Night Soul blessing state. C2, Xilonen's geosource samples will always remain active. Additionally, when her source samples activate, all nearby party members will gain effects corresponding to the active source sample that matches their elemental type. For example, let's begin with comparing Arlecchino at C0 Xilonen and Arlecchino at C2 Xilonen, where she receives about 45% attack. Now let's have a look at Neuvillette, who receives about 45% max HP increment. Now a key thing I figured out by testing Neuvillette's damage that the HP increment was only about 6k. Now if you think about it, 6k is not exactly 45% of 37k max HP that the Neuvillette had in this video. Upon further inspection, I figured out that the 45% increment is actually on max base HP, which is about 14.5k, whose 45% is actually about 6.3k. Now, let's have a look at Ayaka, who is Cryo Element and receives a crit damage buff of 60%. Following Ayaka, we have Navia from the element of Geo, receiving about 50% increased damage dealt. My Navia rotations were not perfect, therefore the damage numbers might not be accurate, but I still managed to somehow get the damage results out. So do take these with a grain of salt and test it out yourself as well a little bit. I am quite confident that the damage increase that I dealt in different team comps was consistent, so here it is. For Electro characters, restores 25 energy and decreases elemental burst cooldown by 6 seconds. However, upon further testing, I figured out that the cooldown reduction on your burst only happens if Xilonen goes after the burst has been used and activates the source samplers. As an example, we can see Fischl over here going first and then Xilonen activating the source samplers, and therefore Fischl receives a cooldown reduction of 6 seconds. C3 increases the level of U-Haul's Crash by 3, increasing the resistance shred from about 36% at level 10 to 45% at level 13. And here is the showcase of Arlecchino and Neuvillette benefiting from C3 Xilonen. C4. After using Xilonen's skill, she will grant all nearby party members the Blooming Blessing effect for 15 seconds. Characters with this effect deal about 65% Xilonen's defense as increased normal charge attack and plunging attack damage bonus. This effect will be cleared when you hit the enemy 6 times or the duration ends. Now each member of the party has 6 instances of Blooming Damage Blessing. Also, a key thing to remember is that if you hit multiple targets with your characters, it will count as multiple instances consumed with a single hit. Here is Arlecchino utilizing C4 Xilonen to its maximum potential. And here is the damage increase in Neuvillette with the help of a Z4 Xilonen. As you can see, after the 6 instances of blessing is over, the damage falls off. C5 Xilonen increases the burst level by 3. Now, I particularly don't exactly have any sort of footage to show actually how much damage increase or how much healing increase it is, but I do definitely remember the numbers that I actually dealt or actually healed for. Now, roughly it's a 19% increase in damage and about a 2k increase into the healings. Source, you can trust me on this one. I promise you, I have no reason to lie to you. C6. I will try to sum it up as quickly as possible. Xilonen deals about 300% of her defense as increased normal and plunging attack damage. While she is in the Night Soul's blessing state, she also heals her nearby party members with 120% of her defense every 1.5 seconds. She can gain one imperishable night blessing, which is her C6 trigger by the way, every 15 seconds, which aligns perfectly with her skill duration. Also, another crazy thing about her C6 is that while she is in the Night Soul Blessing state, for 5 seconds she will not be consuming any Night Soul points. At last, here's a little bit of a C6 Xilonen showcase for you guys to enjoy and have fun.
Hear the echoes of the valley.
And last but not the least, if you found this video useful, please consider subscribing. It really motivates me a lot to make videos like this for you guys possible. And also, if you learned something from this video, that means, I don't know, you should subscribe, I guess. And if you ask me whether you should pull for C6 Xilonen or not, I always say this: if you like the character, go for them, have fun, but never at the cost of spending too much money so you cannot afford things for yourself in day-to-day life. Be responsible, be careful, and I hope you guys are having a nice day. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.